Hello everyone, all are welcome to the Asik Show channel. Today I am going to talk about Qatar FIFA World Cup 2022. When Qatar kicks off the first match of the 2022 World Cup against Ecuador on Sunday night mid-morning for American audience, the world will finally witness the end result of one of the largest capital campaigns in human history. Qatar Minister of Finance said in 2017 the country was spending 500 million per week on infrastructure projects including roads, hotels, stadium and airports upgrade to prepare the small Middle Eastern nation to host the world's largest sporting event. It will be by far the most expensive World Cup in history. Qatar is estimated to have spent as much as $220 billion in the dozens years since being chosen as a World Cup host in late 2010, more than 15 times what Russia spent for the 2018 event. The country has come under intense scrutiny for the hundreds potential, even thousands of workers, many of whom from other countries, and $42 million the prize money awarded to the team that wins it all, and $60 million the reported annual value of Nike dealer to sponsor the French Football Federation. Nike has deal of various sizes with 30 nations in the 32 team field, the most of any apparel brand. 7 teams will wear Adidas gear and 6 will wear Puma, New Balance of Hamel Kappa, Majid, Marathon, and one all sports sponsor, one nation each, and 128 million the highest paid players in France. Kylian Mbappe will make $110 million on the field this year through his contract with Paris Saint-Germain, and another $18 million off the field. According to the Forbes estimate, he could earn an additional relatively small bonus based on France's result in the tournament, and $209 million, the amount that soccer clubs around the world receive from a fund set aside by FIFA to reward them from developing players who play tournament for their national teams. The amount is approximately $10,000 per day per player. The fund has tripled since the 2000 World Cup in Brazil. $277 million, the widely reported amount David Beckham was paid by Qatar to serve as an ambassador for the 2022 World Cup, paid out in the installment over 10 years. And $440 million, the total prize pool for the 2022 World Cup, up from $400 million in 2018. By comparison, the 2019 Women's World Cup prize pool was $30 million. $1.7 billion the cost covered by FIFA for this year's World Cup, with the largest expenditure being prizes money, operational expenses like hospitality and logistics, and $332 million, and TV operations, and $247 million, and $1.8 billion the amount estimated to be gambled on this year's World Cup in just the US. According to the American Gaming Association, more than 20 million Americans are expected to wager on this event, and 4.7 billion FIFA expected revenue from the World Cup according to its 2022 budget. TV broadcast rights account for 2.64 billion, and marketing rights bring in another 1.35 billion, while ticket sales and hospitality rights add up to 500 million and 6.5 billion to 10 billion, the range of estimated on how much Qatar spent to build 7 soccer stadiums for this year's World Cup. After the event, sections of the stadiums will be deconstructed and donated to the other countries, and the building repurposed into community space for schools, shop, cafes, sporting facilities, health clinics. One venue, Stadium 974, was built using recycled containers and will be entirely dismantled and removed. And $14.2 billion Russia total cost associated with hosting the 2018 World Cup. According to the Moscow Times, the biggest line item included transport, infrastructure, 6.11 billion, and stadium construction, 3.45 billion, and accommodation, 680 million, and 220 billion, an estimated cost of what Qatar spent over the past 10 years in preparation of the World Cup. A government officially has not more, but in 2017, Qatar Minister of Finance said the country was spending $500 million per week on capital project. And please subscribe my channel and please put a like button